Alright, so most of you guys are probably wondering why I'm making this video. You probably already watched the video where I explained the first time why I left Germany. That was just one small issue in regards to the whole picture. I didn't see the entire thing, I didn't understand what was fully going on, but now I do, so I want to tell you guys the true reason why I left my former club and why I left Germany. I guess to start out, and the first thing I want to mention really quickly is that this video was never supposed to be made, produced, created, posted, published, seen by you guys. It was an idea that I had for a long time because there was a lot of issues within the club within the past 6 months that needed to be shared, but I find it very unprofessional for someone to expose their former club or current club. It's just not the right approach. And I see a lot of these videos on YouTube that are exposed videos and clickbait. This is not clickbait, guys. This is real life. This really happened in Germany and something that's still happening right now to a certain extent. So a lot has changed since having the idea to actually making this video and letting you guys see and know and just understand what I went through and what players in this club are going through right now. So I guess you guys have been prefaced enough in regards to why I'm making this video or kind of redoing it and talk about the main points, the main attributes in regards to why I left my former club. There's really two main things that stand out amongst the rest, and there are two things that have happened over the course of the past 2 months, really just in December, that pissed me off enough to where I want to make this video and create it and share it with you guys. For the most part, you guys know me pretty well. I'm not perfect, but I'm always in control of my emotions 99.9% of the time. I'm never angry or sad or depressed, at least on camera. But having said that, guys, I've never been so pissed off, so angry at something or someone in my entire life. But this video is going to be extremely valuable for the players that do want to move to Germany or move to Europe or just play for a new club domestically. It's very important to understand what's out there because not all clubs and teams are created equal. Not all clubs have the same ethical standards as most do. This video is built upon a lot of frustration within inside me, so I apologize if I show anything in regards to anger or lose control of my emotions. But it's players that played for clubs in my home state, and they were recruited by my former team to play in Germany. And I've never seen a club treat their players so bad. And for players in my home city and home state to be treated that bad, it just pains me to see it, pains me to watch it, and pains me to make this video. So I apologize, guys, again if I lose control of my emotions, but this video means a lot to me. So we're winding time a little bit and talking about really the first major situation where I questioned not making this video. And this is back in the beginning of December when the first half of the season just ended. I was back home and I get multiple DMs from you guys one night regarding a fellow YouTuber posting a video talking about a club and a professional opportunity in Germany. And turns out this team was FCA Darmstadt, my former club. And as you guys know, this past season we played 8th division. So in no way, shape, or form is this club a professional run team. But after watching Luke's video, whose name is Luke Gurr on YouTube, check out his channel, great stuff focused on soccer. After watching his video, guys, there was a lot of major red flags that popped up. Obviously the first one was saying that this was a professional opportunity, which it's in no way, shape, or form connected with professional soccer in any way. The next thing that really stood out to me while watching the video is the fact that Luke hasn't played competitive football, competitive soccer in almost 2 years. And there's no possible way that a legitimate club is just going to randomly message a player on Instagram asking him or her to try out who's not actively trying to pursue a pro contract on their own. Like, it's absolutely impossible. It's a farce, it's a fairy tale, it's a fantasy. There's no possible way that opportunity is real. Now, we don't have the exact message that Luke was sent by FCA to confirm this was a professional opportunity. What I can confirm, guys, is that over half the players on my team, at least, were told that this was a 6th division club, and there's a massive difference between 4th, 6th, and 8th. So after watching this video, guys, I'm sure you can understand the emotions that were coursing through my body, just anger, sadness, and then fear, as Luke just misrepresented my team, saying they are a professional club in front of now 280,000 plus people. So you can imagine I was fearful of players thinking that this was a great opportunity to go to Germany, where in reality, it's an absolute shit show. So after sending Luke a message and kind of having a conversation with him online regarding my club, how they're not real, how they're a scam, he still decides to go to this event or this tryout, which ends up being a combine in Germany just for content purposes for his channel, which is fine. Just call a spade when you know it's not a real opportunity. Don't bullshit it just to gain views. Turns out this combine is just an indoor tournament for my club. So it went from being a professional tryout to a combine to an indoor tournament. Just classic FCA, consistently and constantly ripping off players. But in between this first DM I sent to Luke and when he flew over to Germany, I found out about a new combine called Sing Soccer and how they're affiliated with FCA Darmstadt. And then I decided I was 100% making this video and letting you guys know why I left Germany. Back in July, the same company asked to do a podcast with me, and I politely refused, so I knew about them but didn't know too much about them. Fast forward a few months later, they sent me a message regarding a combine they're holding in Florida, and guess who's involved? FCA Darmstadt. In this message, they're talking about some of the coaches that are going to be involved with the combine, and my coach from FCA is involved with it. And in this bio of my coach, it says he has 400 plus appearances and 250 plus goals. And I was like, that sounds very exaggerated. So I go on FUPA, check out his name, check out his bio, check out his stats, and guess what? In the past 10 years, he just retired by the way, in the past 10 years, he has 60 goals. Unless they're counting goals when he scored as a kid, then I have 200 as well. I'm calling bullshit on this. So of course I started digging deeper in this combine, into this event, and seeing if it was real, seeing if it was legitimate, seeing if it was a scam, and that's when I saw it. It said FCA Darmstadt Regional Liga. If you guys don't know what that is, it's the 4th Division Professional League in Germany. So my former team was claiming that they were playing professionally in Germany to kids that are paying for an event, $200 plus, and claiming that they're a full-fledged professional club and that this is a real opportunity. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. I've seen a lot of scams over the course of my career, in person, online, but this one by far tops them all, like by a mile. And how stupid can you get to run a scam in front of a player that exposes clubs and combines like this on his YouTube channel? Like how brain dead can you get where it takes one click to find out if a club is real or not online? Like how dumb can you get? It's absolutely mind-boggling, guys, to go through this and to experience it firsthand with a club that I respected when I first came into it. When I first signed with them, I had no idea that I was going into a club where it just blatantly obviously scam players right in front of their faces. It's hard to put in words, guys, just how emotional I've been the past few weeks and past few months, and just how angry and just how sad I was when I first learned the news and found out this information. But for those of you who don't understand the severity of the situation, this is like saying here in America that UPSL club plays in MLS. Is that outrageous of a lie? But who I feel the most for, and just out of all the problems makes me the most angriest, is the players that signed from this year's event from Sing Soccer to FCA Darmstadt. 10 players were scouted from this event, 10 plus players, and they all play for the second team. It's very important to state that because the second team plays in the lowest documented league in Germany. So these players went from thinking this was a professional opportunity to playing 12th division in Germany. Just an absolute joke. So after learning all this information, guys, I want to make sure it was accurate and correct. So I signed up for the Sing Soccer 2019 event, and sure enough, in the confirmation email, it stated again that FCA Darmstadt was a regional liga club. So if there was any doubt about making this video, it was gone right then and there. But at the bottom of this email was the owner's phone number. If any of you guys know me that well, you know what happens next. I gave the owner a ring and called him out. Now this conversation, guys, did not go to plan whatsoever. I wasn't planning on talking with this guy more than 10 minutes, but it ended up being a 90-minute conversation. And in that span of 90 minutes, learned a lot about him and just how he's an honest guy. And that's my opinion, at least. You guys can have your own opinion. But having said that, I believe what he had to say. And at the end of it, he ended up revoking his partnership with FCA Darmstadt, and they weren't invited to the combine this past fall. So I felt like that was a good kind of turning point regarding the conversation, because it started out pretty bad. It was me just blasting about how his event was fraud and how he was just hurting players' future in the game. And he was like, how is this fraud, Spencer? I was like, dude, look at the definition of fraud and tell me how that's not exactly the same exact thing as what you're doing. So it started off bad, but ended up pretty good.
So about 2 months ago, 01 FCA Darmstadt, which is a semi-pro club in Germany, reached out to us to be their talent identification. They have 3 different teams. The first team, which is like a pro team, a U23 academy, a U19 academy.
But the one main point he kept on hammering down this guy the entire conversation is how can you not take 2 seconds out of your day to do some basic due diligence and figure out if a club plays pro or not. That was a major cause of concern for me, because this guy is just so passive, so naive, and just so unprofessional regarding the future of his own players at his own events. So that was a major just issue that I had, and it's something he didn't really fully explain while we were talking. But I did believe we had to say regarding just not knowing the club played 8th division and him being conned himself regarding FCA Darmstadt. What's even worse about this entire situation is the fact that FCA houses players in horrendous living conditions. Like, I've never seen a club treat players so bad. Our second team and U19 team live in a glorified attic and pay between $500 to $700 per month to live like this. Now obviously you have to sacrifice the things you want in life, a little bit at least, your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, but to sacrifice everything for a chance to play 12th division in Germany and to be treated like trash in the process, to live in an attic, to live in a prison, to have people sleeping in hallways, to not being fed enough, this is absolutely insane. What's even crazier is that I was offered $500 per every player I brought in the club. And I was this close to making that video back in July telling you guys this is a good opportunity to play in Germany, but I didn't know anything about it. So I waited and I learned, and I'm so thankful I didn't make that video because I honestly don't think I could have forgave myself if I pitched this idea to you in regards to playing in Germany for FCA, and it turned out to be what it was right now. There were so many excuses I gave this club in regards to the problems that arose over the course of the past 6 months. There were so many issues, so many things that built up to one massive problem. But the main excuse I gave was that our two team managers, who were brothers, were younger than me. They had no business running a team, being managers of a bigger club with 60 plus players. No business whatsoever. These two guys are probably the most illiterate and just dumb human beings I've ever met in my entire life. That sounds rude, that sounds disrespectful, but frankly guys, I'm kind of being nice here as they should be classified something as far worse than just stupid and not being able to read. But having said that, what these two dummies didn't know before they started recruiting players in my home state is the reach of this channel. One of the main reasons why I'm making this video in the first place is because you reached out to me via DMs, via emails, in regards to how they treated players in the past at FCA. If you're a club in Europe trying to recruit players in a scammy or just unethical way, and then setting those players up for failure once they sign with you, I'm eventually going to find out about it. Maybe in a week, maybe in a year, but I will eventually find you and I will expose you publicly in front of thousands of people online. That's not a threat. I promise you that's not a threat. That's a promise.